Now I want to go into one of the biggest questions that I get, which is, what do I do when a superior walks in? These are the situations where I really clamp up, and these are the situations where I least want to. Like, how do I maintain the confidence that I feel around peers when I'm around somebody that I perceive as my superior, around somebody that maybe I'd like to move to their level? I'm going to get to this question, but first I have to talk about Chipotle, or honestly any restaurant that you go to. And this example will sort of drive it home. Think of how you interact when you walk into a Chipotle with the service people there. You walk in, you sort of make your way through the line. They say, "Good morning, would you like a bowl or burrito?" "I'll have a bowl." "Black or pinto?" "Black." "What kind of steak or what kind of meat?" "I'll have steak." Throw that on. The fajita's great. That'll be $5.96. "Do you know guac is extra?" Blah, 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 right? You know the drill. Or if you have any sort of place that you go to and you interact with the waiter, you've had this drill before. Think of how you interact, say, with a bouncer when you're walking into a bar or a club or anywhere where they ID. You walk up and say, "Hey, IDs please." "Stick me your ID." He goes back, "Okay, right this way. Take a stamp. It's going to be $10. You go on your way in. Now think of how you interact with the CEO or the superior or the person in your mind that stands out as the one that you would really like to be able to connect with, but you don't. You clamp up. So say it's a CEO. This is a common one. So it's somebody at your company. They go, "Hey, how was your weekend?" You go, "Good. Like, watched the Eagles game, hung out with friends, pretty chill. How was yours?" "Good. Was home with the kids, got a nice outing. How's work going?" "It's going good. It's going good. What about you?" "It's going great. Awesome. Cool. Bye." Boom. Out. What is the commonality between all three of those interactions? I would put forward that it's this. It's that in all three of those interactions, you are treating the individual that you are speaking with first as a position or a role, and second as a human, if you treat them as a human at all. I mean, think about it. Burrito or bowl, blah, blah, blah. You're just moving through this autopilot motion. Bouncer, give me your ID, take the ID stamp, go. CEO, weekend, football, blah, blah, blah. Maybe some banal talk about TV. This is not how you interact with the people in your life. When you think of your friends and your family, like these autopilot interactions, sure, maybe they occur with the "hi, how are you," but you quickly get into something that matters. This is the difference, and this is what you need to do, is not treat these people like robots. And honestly, what a lot of people do is they go, "Okay, but I still want to just do the CEO." What they don't realize is the problem starts with the guy at Chipotle. If you want to fix it with the CEO, you have to fix it across all of the areas in your life, or as many as possible, where you're treating people like just, functions of their job, robots, positions. So think of it this way, and I'll give you some examples from my own life. The Chipotle one. Uh, to this day, I've had a number of restaurants that I frequent. And whenever I go in, I will make it a point to walk up and say, "Hey, what's up?" And they'll go, "Okay, would you like a bowl of burrito?" I'll go, "I'll have a bowl, man. How are you?" And I'll go, "Good," because he's confused. No one ever asked him how he's doing. I was like, "Awesome. Have you been here a long time?" "Yeah, I've been here 6 months." I was like, "Cool. I'm going to be here every day, so let's be buds. What's your name?" Right? And so he laughs, smiles, gives me big scoops. I'm happy. I've done this at everywhere that I've gone to. Just making small talk, banter, questions. What's your name? Where are you from? What you doing? Like easy, easy, easy stuff. Stuff, again, that I don't recommend in a networking event. But what this does is it allows me to treat these people like humans, and I get free bowls and all that kind of stuff. It comes to me. The other effect that is potentially far more important is that I get out of the habit of treating people as functions of their position, so that when I encounter the CEO, I'm ready. Same thing with bouncers. I've talked about this before. But instead of just ID out, I'll make a comment to them. On my way out of the club, I'll stop and say, "Dude, that was amazing. I had so much fun here. Like, do you go out here? Where do you go out? Where are the funnest places?" Normally, they give me their card, they give me their name. I say their name the next time when I'm walking in, and I get in for free. Right? These are the tiny little benefits, but the biggest one is that when I do encounter that high status person, I'm not just thinking, like, what is your title? What do you do? How do I interact with you in this narrow realm of what you represent? But I also realize that there's a person back there. They have interests, they have hobbies, they have stuff that they like to do. And I'll tell you, in my job, the way that I did this is I shared my interests and hobbies. So when the CEO of my first company, which was about 60 people at the time, so there was a pretty big gap between me, the lowest guy on the totem pole, and him, when he asked me the weekend question, I'd say, instead of just "it was good," I'd be, "Oh my God, I went to the most amazing party on Friday night. It was a blast." Now, I'm not shoving it down his throat, but this is what I was interested in at 22 years old. And I watched, his eyes would spark. You go, "Oh, really? Like, where'd you go?" I tell him about the places I went, and we developed a friendship. You know, he'd tell me about the places where he used to go, all the old haunts, how it used to be back in the day before he was married and when he drank a ton, right? We were able to connect on this because I was willing to go to the human level. Now, if I was genuinely interested in flag football or something else, I would have talked about that. But this is what I was interested in at 22, and it enabled us to connect. Fast forward a year and a half later, when I'm deciding that I want to leave my job to go to New York City, I can go to him and I say, listen, like, Washington, D.C. is just not the place for me socially. Like, I'm unhappy here. I don't have a lot of friends. And he gets it. He gets it because for a year and a half, we've talked about this. So not only is he supportive of me moving, what he allows me to do is to go to Washington, go to New York City, maintain my job at the company, work remotely, and I get a raise because my position changed as I moved to New York City. It was absolutely incredible, but only possible because we had a human relationship. So ask yourself, who are the people in your life at the highest level and the lowest level that you routinely treat like positions? If you can start to break out of it, those freebie ones, again, the Chipotle guy, the taxi driver, the whoever, when you start to treat them as humans and see that, holy cow, there's a story here, they come from somewhere, they like things, I can, you start practicing how to connect with those really easy ones, it becomes much, much more simple with that high status person. And the results at all levels are cool, whether it's free burritos, free club access, or a giant raise. All of that is amazing. So this is one mindset that is really going to help you not clamp up, not lock down when you get this superior, right? It's to see them as a human being.